Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, the Three Topics Gamer, and I gotta admit, I've been so preoccupied with so many different things, I didn't even realize that my anniversary for my channel was coming up. So I was trying to think what I could do to celebrate, and I wasn't really given any real solid ideas. I mean, I have an idea of what to do with the return of the people's questions, which I'll be sure to do a video talking about that hopefully next week. But I just really didn't have a good way to celebrate. And it's crazy that I've been doing this for 11 years. 11 years is quite a long time. So I figured I'd do something that I had thought about it, but I'd never really taken time to actually go back and look back. And I figured, since I'm really lacking on reactions, I figured I'd go back and react to the very first video that I ever actually uploaded here on YouTube. Now, the funny thing is that the channel was created, I think, on the 17th, and I filmed like 3 videos around a certain time, but I uploaded them in the wrong order. So there are like 2 videos that are backwards that I uploaded, that I filmed later than the video that I'm reacting to now. So I just figured I'd just react to my very first video and just share my thoughts on, what I was thinking, or just looking back on it. I think it's always nice to kind of look back at where you started, so you can kind of appreciate just how much growth you did. And I hope you guys don't mind either. Some of you guys, I would assume most of you haven't even seen this video before. So, if you happen to enjoy this little celebration video and, like it, or have any ideas for future videos, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to get those up. So, before I start, just want to let you know that my very first video that I ever uploaded on YouTube was on the film Red Tails, which was released early 2012. For those of you that don't remember, Red Tails was the World War II film surrounded by the Tuskegee Airmen, which was like the first black unit of American fighters that fought on the European theater of World War II. This movie, I still to this day really, really like it. And it's actually one of the last films that I can recall that I actually saw with my dad. Just me and him. Over the course of my life, I didn't see too many films where it was just me and my dad. But this was one of them, if not perhaps the last one. And the funny thing is that when this movie came out, I actually saw it with my dad first. And I actually paid to go see this movie. And I think like the day after that, I saw it with my mom. And my parents were divorced at the time, so there was no way I was going to get them to see the film together. So I ended up seeing it with both of them individually. So, and I to think that camera that I had was like this little camcorder camera. And I just didn't really know what I was doing. I just seen like a few different review styles, and I just decided to just copy one of them. So yeah. So without wasting any time, I'm gonna start my reaction and just laugh at how silly I was back in the day. So prepare to see young Brian. Like I mean, just looking at the opening picture, I was like, dear God, look how young I look. And now I'm just weathered, ugly looking old man now. Just it's kind of almost bringing me to tears, just like looking at me back then and not even realizing just all the horrible things that are going to happen to this guy in the next 6, 7, 8 years. Like, this kid has no idea what's about to happen to him, and he's just so naive and so optimistic about the future. But heck, let's get out of the gloomy moment. So, I think my reaction to my first ever video starts now.
I would just like to say that George Lucas, I forgive you for creating this.
And I post the Jar Jar Binks picture.
Sorry you had to see that.
The funny thing about that is I actually don't hate Jar Jar Binks. I think just Jar Jar Binks it just takes a little time to kind of understand the character. I think I'm actually perfectly like, I think even when I saw the Phantom Menace back there, I wasn't that annoyed with Jar Jar Binks. I was just a little bit weirded out, but then again, I was 9 years old at the time, so yeah, I don't hate Jar Jar Binks. So Oh, Jesus. Me trying to come up with some sort of intro. Oh, Desert Pine. I'm still wearing my high school shirt, which, funny thing is, I actually still have. I don't have this shirt anymore. I think I outgrew it because I used to wear. At the time, I could wear. Oh man, this is crazy. This is like this is like less than 2 years of me out of college. I would remember I was a lot smaller, and I could wear medium-sized shirts. Now I've grown and I'm a lot bigger, just mass-wise, and now I wear large shirts. So, oh man, geez, I missed that shirt. Oh, and now I'm sitting at my dad's desk, which I kind of modeled Oh man, God, you can't even really tell that that's his Three Topics reviewer.
I welcome you to the 332nd Fighter Group.
Oh man, this is in 480. This is like before I even had HD
The
capabilities.
expectations placed upon you men are high. We have a right to fight for our country, the same as every other American.
Oh, I had a lot of fun seeing this film twice.
Damn army. Only one way to find out.
Red Tail's just the story of the first African American all airborne group, the Tuskegee Airmen, and practically.
Oh jeez, man, that's something. I still, funny thing is, I still have those glasses. I still have those glasses. I still have them, and I still have those. I still have that drawer. I'm still using it now. Oh, I remember when I had all the posters around my room. It was crazy time. Like you have I have Batman Begins. I still have that poster, and then right next to it, it's hard to see. Well, that's the Dark Knight poster. Oh, jeez, ooh, this brings back memories of that room.
This story tells how they rose to legendary status. This movie is starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and Terrence Howard, and also an amazing cast of other actors. I would say them all, but it would just take up too much of your.
To be frank, I had no idea who the hell was in the movie outside of those two. I was lying at that point. I was. This is before I was into details. So I would just typically say it's like, oh, it had a great cast of characters. I didn't know who was playing who in this movie. I had no idea.
Of my time. Now,
Oh God, I remember this. This is when I was doing cuts. This was when I was doing cuts. Okay, here's something. Um, at this point in time, the camcorder was so limiting. I was doing cuts, so my little sister was stopping the camera at this time. So yeah, I think it's funny to think that back then this is when I actually had some of my family helping me with videos, and this was the very first video, and I was kind of nervous about it. So as I'm sitting there in this chair, and I think it's her chair, like she had her own like computer chair. She's actually behind the camera, actually like pressing this stop and record button. Oh geez, oh man, I totally forgot about that.
I happened to see one or two reviews for this, and they were giving it kind of negative thoughts. But I can personally say, screw all those reviews. This movie was awesome. I don't know what movie you guys saw, but this movie was awesome. The dogfighting was awesome. The special effects was just amazing. Probably, I think the Dark Knight Rises, that CG is going to have some competition this year.
Oh no, no, Dark Knight Rises look way better than this. Oh, I forgot. Oh God, this is the year I was. Oh wow, geez, this is the year I started doing Batman month. Like in about 5 months from when I started this, it was like leading up to the release of the Dark Knight Rises, and I was reviewing every single live action and animated Batman film, and that was really popular. And then that series actually had this really cool intro that I lost, and I wish I could recreate it. But ooh, geez, I remember that. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not saying that officially, but from what I saw, it was looking great. Uh, the what I liked about this movie most is that it had what a lot of movies either don't have or just don't bother putting into the story, and that's heart. And that's what I got out walking out of this movie was a lot of heart.
Yeah,
This
it's
movie
true.
had a lot of good humor.
Yeah.
It had a really powerful friendship that I can really relate to.
Yeah,
with
between
my
Lightning
brother,
and
'cause
Easy.
He's not only my
Yeah.
brother, he's my best friend. And
Yeah.
so I could easily relate to two of the characters in this movie.
Oh.
And it definitely had its funny moments, it definitely had its sad moments, and what made it also better was the crowd I was with.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you, if you see a good movie with the right crowd, it will definitely enhance the experience.
That is very true.
The pacing with this movie was good.
Oh
And it
wow, that
runs
cut actually
at
wasn't
about
bad.
2 hours, which, I wouldn't have minded another 10 minutes.
You know, I just realized this was before, like the video editor I was using. Like I still have my laptop from when I was in college, and so I actually was using Microsoft Movie Maker. So that was the editing software I used. I was like, but I have to admit that cut actually wasn't bad.
I did not want this movie to end. I was so into it from start to finish.
I don't think I would have wanted it to
Never
end. I think I
bored. I
almost
was
wanted
never
it to
having
end.
those, oh, come on, speed it up moments. No. You're in it. It is one hell of a roller coaster ride, and I just
Okay, calm down,
every
Brian. It
second.
wasn't like
I'm going to give this 4.5 shot down Nazi planes out of 5.
it hit.
And on a personal note, I will say this, that personally for me, I walked out of this movie not only having a great movie experience, but walking out with a great sense of pride.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
I'm proud to say that
Oh jeez. Oh no. This is pride for what, Brian? What were you thinking? Pride? I think it was. I think that this was around Martin Luther King Day when this came out. So yeah, I think I don't know. I must have been just. I think I don't know. I think I was just a little bit more enthusiastic about certain things. Just starting my own channel.
I am an African American and I'm proud to be one.
Oof.
Thank you for watching it, and I hope you enjoy my next review.
Wait a minute.
Aside from me giving this movie a 4.5 out of 5, I'm also going to give it my number 2 spot of my top 3 movies of 2012, only coming second to The Dark Knight Rises, which
What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? We're not doing. Did we do that? Like second? What? Oh, that's so silly. Why would I rank a film when it was the first film I'd seen that year, and I was all just to think that's crazy to think that I would rank that as my number 2 movie without seeing the rest of the movies that came out in 2012. And I'm already so pumped up for The Dark Knight Rises. I'm already saying it's like my number 1 film. And it's just like, I think I loved it at the time, but then I just sort of like it. Like it's without question like the weakest of the Dark Knight trilogy. And I still think it's a great film, but like, I don't think I love it anywhere near when I first saw it. But I think it's because it was still fresh in my mind.
I'm absolutely confident it will be my number 1 movie. But number 3 is still open, and there's a lot of great movies coming out this year. This movie was so awesome, I'm definitely planning on seeing it twice.
Which I did do. I did do. I saw this movie with my dad, and then I saw it with my mom, so I did do that. But that was weird. Why did I go? I went from like a farther shot to a closer shot to a farther shot. Like, that's weird.
Thanks for watching my review. If you like this review, please
Oh,
subscribe and
God.
keep track of me, and I hope you enjoy my next review. Thanks.
God, that was. God, that was something. I will be leaving a link to the History Channel episode of Dogfights. Oh yes. Oh yes, I did do that. Oh man. Oh yeah, I was a big Channel fan, and they had an episode of that on the history series Dogfights that pretty much went over air combat in different eras. It went over like World War I and World War II and the Korean War and the Vietnam War and then Operation Desert Storm. But oh jeez. Okay, so that was the very first video I ever actually filmed, and wow, I have done a lot of growing since then. So that is my reaction to the very first YouTube video that I ever actually filmed. So now that you guys have seen how awful I was back in the day, what are your guys' thoughts on young Brian back in the day? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, I want to thank all of you guys for hopefully enjoying this anniversary video. I will be doing another little like semi update video, just letting you guys know when certain things will be coming, because there's definitely some videos I have planned for the near future, probably like in the next week or so. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and you guys are awesome, and I'll be sure to catch you all next time.